presented a petition, signed with hundreds of signatures, very difficult to verify, of course, demanding a referendum. If these people have the slightest idea just how much administration would actually be required for such a fanciful notion. Arrangements are running quite smoothly for elections on the 23rd.
Britain still retains several dependencies in the Caribbean, the Cayman Islands, the Virgins. Not long ago, there was another group, the Barclays, chief island, Sunshine. Now, the Barclays were heading for independence, whether the inhabitants wanted it or not. Anyway, London wanted it. The problem was that the two men who were competing for power after independence had some rather bizarre backers. And bearing in mind the island group's position in the Caribbean, close to the Yucatan Peninsula, that excited the considerable interest of Uncle Sam. Still in all, the affair was low-key and obscure until someone shot the British governor.
So you're being met, or do you want to share a taxi?
No, thank you.
Mr. Hannah? Yeah. Name is McCready, Foreign and Commonwealth Office. Sorry, Sir Matt. Have a nice day. I've squared it with immigration. You can come and go as and when you like. Well, I already have one of these. Now you got two. Don't worry, Superintendent. It's in your own name. We're not playing silly buggers. You're a first-class murder detective, and my job is to brief you on the geography, the personalities, and the politics. Politics? Never forget simple crime or emotion, Mr. McCready. Love, hate, greed. Oh, I think you'll find they're all pretty much linked in this neck of the woods.
Here you are, sir.
Oh, ma'am, I cannot resist you. Thank you. And you too. First-class detective, eh? Who said? I have my spies. English or American? Cold and wet. Like a gun dog's nose? Like any dog's nose. I was on a case, you know. Kid found dead in a used car lot with 200 forged autographs of Sylvester Stallone. Why they would want that? Good question. Mexican, eh? Obviously not the killer. He left them lying all over the place. Cheers. Cheers. Maybe it was his trademark. What do you know, Desmond, and how can I help? Sir Marston, maybe. Where do they get their monikers from, eh? I mean, that can only be a colonial governor's name or an ambassador's, right? Poor old Sir Marston gets shot dead in broad daylight in the governor's office. And nobody saw a thing. Nobody heard a thing. Maybe there was a steel band playing outside. So, what do you think? Well, it was a single shot, entered upper left trunk, .45 caliber, tore his heart out. You, mentioned politics. Ah, yes. The Barclay Islands are 8 days from an election which will lead them rapidly to independence. Now, This gentleman is Horatio Nelson Livingston,
Prime Ministerial candidate, born poor, lives in Shantytown, Sunshine Island.
owns half of Shantytown. Not so poor as he used to be. This lady is Letitia Fremantle. Now, she has been his mistress for several years, and they're very close. Now, the other candidate,
Marcus Thompson. What about him?
he too is a native of Sunshine. Moved back from Bogota 6 years ago. Bought himself a little piece of sunshine. Has a very nice house east of Spyglass Hill. Sawbones House, it's called. He also has his own seaplane.
Parece que ahí viene el jefe. ¿Verdad? What's the word, boss?
Caretaker governor's been thrown out from England. The election goes ahead as planned.
Hallelujah.
Did you talk to that fellow?
He mentioned a few names, made all the right moves.
So he's on the level?
I don't think so. It smells like a little bit of heat.
And what steps did you take, Baptiste? I don't need any heat at this particular time.
I pretended to buy the man's pitch. Gave him a name in Miami.
So they expect him.
Oh, sure.
Morning, sir. We need an ID on the stiff.
There's no need. He's a friend.
Hey, son. Okay.
Welcome to Sunshine, Superintendent.
Mr. Jones, I presume.
Oh, just call me Bill, please. Believe me, it is such a great thrill to have a detective from the famous Scotland Yard working for me on this case.
Bill, I'm here to investigate the murder of a Crown servant on the instructions of the Foreign Secretary. I understand you've received a cable instructing you, your one inspector, 2 sergeants, and 6 constables to assist me in every detail. Now, forgive me for being blunt, but I will not be working for you. But I might as well go fishing if I can't rely on your help and local knowledge.
Actually, it's 1 sergeant and 4 constables. The others are on vacation.
Who did it, Bill?
Why, Desmond, that is what you are here to find out.
Don't speak to me, Lieutenant. I'm in the middle of town. What the hell got into you?
A friend of mine was murdered yesterday.
Jeez, that's too bad. Oh, you look at that. Don't she just drive you crazy?
The bullets came from an illegally made grease gun.
What you might call, compounding a felony, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Mickey. The word on the street is you've been taking side orders to go for the cartel. Now, what is it? 20 G's a head?
Hey, listen. I got a good lawyer from a good family. And you prove what your mouth is full of, and we
The
said,
gun's a counterfeit Uzi. It's made by these Israeli guys in Medellin. And Mickey, I know you got a gun like that.
not anymore, I don't. Like,
Somebody stole it. Can you believe it? Somebody stole my gun in this country, a beautiful place to be.
No, I can't. But you better believe this. The mob can't protect you. And I will be back.
Now, the staff heard the shot, right?
Sam Jefferson found him. The butler.
So, he must have been standing right about here. Shot through the side, so he probably never saw his killer. What was he doing?
Dictating into his pocket tape recorder. The sound of the shot is quite clear. And also, the arrival of Jefferson 9 seconds later.
Yeah, I'd like to hear the tape, Bill.
We telex the transcript.
I'd like to hear the tape, Bill. Maybe you could get me a copy of it?
I'm afraid I can't. The FCO chap took it with him yesterday. He flew in from Miami.
What was his name?
Not a chap I'd met before. McCready. Son McCready.
Hello. Howdy for bar, please.
He's up on second floor.
No, you release the body, but you hold on to the clothing and effects, huh? All right, I'll see you later.
Lieutenant Favaro?
Yeah. I'm Sam McCready, British Foreign Office. Joint Economic Research Unit, Foreign and Commonwealth Office, Washington, D.C. You're a long way from Capitol Hill.
You're investigating a murder which might be linked to organized crime on British territory.
Now, at the moment, I'm investigating a couple of dozen murders, all within city limits, which was once Spanish, but never British territory.
Carlos Garcia, Drug Enforcement Agency.
Is linked? How?
I believe he was working on a case involving the Barclay Islands.
Look, let's take a hike, huh? This is where they fished him out.
Forensic?
It was 9 rounds from an Uzi-type grease gun.
Uzi type.
It's manufactured by the Medellin cartel. It's Uzi in all respects, except its rifling is counterclockwise.
I understand you've been tortured.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
He was a friend of yours.
Like, I knew the guy. We used to go fishing.
Carlos Garcia maybe died here in Miami, Lieutenant. But the trail starts in Sunshine Island.
So, I'm listening.
Vote for Marcus Thompson. The people's free. Do you want this island run by communists across the water? Do you want freedom
Where to, sir? Stand at ease, Barney. I'll tell you what, I think we're going to take it easy today. You can go.
Sure thing. But if you change your mind, Mr. Hanna, I work nights at Attie's Bar. It's in Shantytown. You just telephone, I'll be right there.
Attie's Bar.
You got it.
Go on then, off you go.
Oh, bye. Enjoy the island, sir.
If you're thinking of moving around incognito, you can forget it. Everyone on the island knows you're the man from Scotland Yard.
Ah, well, you have the advantage of me.
Sabrina Tennant. I work for ITN.
Uh-huh. I thought I recognized your face.
Hi.
So you are covering the murder, are you?
Yes. Well, we're all intrigued. It was last night's big story. Luckily, we were here, actually.
Lucky for some.
Oh, God, that sounds awful, doesn't it? No, there's an election in a few days, you see, and Britain plans to give the Barclays independence. So, it's an excuse for a freebie, really.
Ah. So where were you?
Sorry?
Where were you when it happened?
Oh, I don't believe it. Do you really ask questions like that?
It's a start.
Well, I was in Shantytown trying to find an angle. I'll tell you something, Detective Superintendent.
What's that?
Well, it's a funny thing, these elections.
Hmm?
It's as if some people don't want it. Freedom.
Did you see the body?
No. I rushed back, but they'd moved it.
Spoil sports.
Work against corruption! Work against coercion! Work for living good!
This English cop. He's going to make waves.
He got one mission and a tight schedule. They say the British want an arrest before the elections.
Now that's tidy. I guess I would keep them out after the election.
Boss, can I be a minister of something?
Baptiste, don't I always take care of you?
And if the cop is too nosy?
Maybe we take him shark fishing.
Oh, you know, Lieutenant. Right, Maximilian, I'll have a nice cold beer, please.
Right up.
Got the killer yet, Flute?
You got any ideas?
I love it. Now I got my story for tomorrow. Top cop asks Chicago reporter for help in Paradise Island slaying.
Take a twist as well, please, Maximilian.
Kind of takes the edge off the election tomorrow, doesn't it?
Good copy, that, eh?
Yeah, sure. Murder of British governor is a sure way to grab the front page.
You think it might have been political, eh?
Nah. From what I've heard, he didn't care for one candidate more than the other.
We're off to the flesh pots, Frank. You coming? Hi.
We get to do that smoochy dance where I get to hold you real tight, Sabrina, baby.
What a creep. Transport's leaving, okay?
You want to come have a meal with us? We're not proud.
Maybe later.
Terrible thing, sir. Poor Sir Marston. He wasn't so bad, you know.
You got a lot of trouble on these islands.
Up till lately.
Only about lately.
Everything's going down around here. It ain't necessarily sensible to discuss them.
What, drugs?
Come on, man. This ain't Piccadilly. You won't find nobody going to talk to Babylon about that. Folks, finish up in the graveyard.
Well, maybe the new government will solve all your problems.
Mr. Hanna, there is no honest citizen in these islands who wants to be left to the mercy of these people.
Well, I'm just a simple couple with a murder to solve.
Denny. Carry on.
I'm sorry to intrude on your brief.
He was so looking forward to his next posting. We were off to the Far East, another independence job.
Look, I can always come back later.
You have a murderer to find.
Yeah, and I fully intend to do so. Did Sir Marston have any local problems? Anyone he'd particularly upset?
Oh, dear old Marshmallow. I think he was running into problems with the drug barons. But that was before independence was on the cards.
Drug barons? Lady Maberly, we're talking about a group of tiny little islands in the middle of nowhere.
That's exactly what the Medellin boys are on the lookout for. Someplace to fly their stuff to before they hide it in pleasure craft and with a weekly mailboat.
Inspector, this is Mrs. Coltrane, my neighbor.
Mrs. Coltrane. Lovely fish.
It's Clay.
Mrs. Coltrane makes them. Fish and all manner of amazingly lifelike creatures. She sells them mail order all over the United States.
Good place to smuggle cocaine.
I imagine the United States Customs has thought of that. Well, that should do it. I'll be going now, Florence. If you need me for anything, just pick up the phone.
Maybe the inspector would like to cross you off his list and ask you his questions.
So, where were you when it happened?
At home, Flamingo. I was photographing a red-tailed hawk.
At precisely the moment it happened?
I've been photographing one all week.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I like to examine every angle.
Me too. Perhaps I could come and see you tomorrow?
Oh, I'll be there. Firestone, my gardener, will know where I am.
Firestone.
He was a foundling. Yes. Abandoned in a Firestone tire.
So, until tomorrow.
Oh, I'll see myself out.
Charming lady.
You mean eccentric?
I don't know.
Nobody knows, really. No one really knows Beatrix.
Barrow, back to the mall, and sorry we don't have any sunshine for you today, but you just can't stay away.
Yeah, I got some fishing to do.
I picked up a motorbike for you. Joe's in Havana for a few days. He says a sea note for 3 days, if that's okay.
No, that's fine. Your brother gonna win the election?
Well, we all be rooting for him. You heard about our governor getting shot.
The whole world's heard about it.
You know what?
Yeah. Nobody saw a thing.
This is really too kind of you, Jamie. But shouldn't you be at home comforting your mother? Now, that's very moody, very James Dean. Seen all his movies, haven't you?
What makes you think my mother needs comforting?
How about you?
Darling, it's no secret. I've just been kicked out of the family residence.
Any special reason?
Look, I may be a total creep. It's the opinion of my dear departed father. But I really don't feel like washing my dirty linen in front of your X-million viewers.
Move your ass!
Good night. Thank you for coming. Good night, no problem.
Quédate loco, está loquito, ¿eh? ¡Ayúdame, coño, ayúdame!
¡Me salió el cuello!
¡Ayúdame!
Who the hell are you, huh?
I'm a British police officer. Put that gun down, you're under arrest.
I like your style.
Got the crap now, waste them. Do me a favour, will you? Pero este tipo está loco, ¿qué le pasa?
You know, maybe he can save us a lot of trouble, huh? Okay, who killed the governor, huh?
To be perfectly honest, I've no idea.
You read all the crime reports.
Yes, I've read them.
Local background, suspicion, rumor, gossip.
There are no clear suspects.
Okay. How about motive? Opportunity?
You tell me.
Lo encontraré más tarde. Bien. Tie him up. Vámonos. Levántate, anda, popó.
Find the bloody finger.
Y ahora, ¿eh? Y ahora.
Vamos a ver, hermano. Aquí no hay más nada que hacer. No te esperes la otra mano, porque la dejamos a cortar enseguida.
Thought for a minute or two that was gonna end in tears.
You mean you were there all the time?
I was downstairs. Oh, you really got no idea who killed Neighborly?
Oh, listen, friend. A couple of days ago, I was back in London trying to figure out who killed 3 kids and left a lot of forged autographs lying around the place. Why didn't you grab them as they left?
Al, I don't know they had company. I don't tangle with Cubans if I can help it. At least we know they ain't the governor's killers. And besides that, I got no goddamn jurisdiction on British territory.
Thanks anyway. Desmond Hannah, New Scotland Yard, murder squad.
Ernie Favaro, Miami Police Department. Homicide.
It's autographs of who? Sylvester Stallone, Humphrey Bogart, and Dudley Moore.
Well, what is it? Some big trade in forged autographs over there in England?
No, I don't think so. Tell me about the Cubans. What they said in Spanish? I speak Spanish.
Oh, you do?
There, Ernesto, tell me about it. I'll put it like this, Desmond. Didn't they talk more like cops than hoods? Well, they certainly asked the right questions. I guess it's DGI with that. The Cuban version of the KGB. They're Russian trained. Now, the Cubans want to know who killed Governor Maberly? Right. Means you could probably cut him from your suspects list. Unless that's precisely what the whole incident was about. I don't think so. What's their interest here? I don't know. Could have something to do with Horatio or the man who owns half of Shantytown. Or the man who owes everything to Fidel Castro. See, the Cubans are paying his election expenses. They gotta protect their investment, Desmond.
Happy Berkeley Islanders. This is election week. We have few more days to exercise your democratic choice. Vote early and vote often, like the man said.
Reverend. 6 days left to election, you come to pledge your vote.
Horatio Livingstone, the people of these islands don't want no election, and you know it.
So let them vote. It's called democracy.
But show something, God. Your Sunshine Republican Party, that brings Havana one step closer to the USA.
You proved that, or watch your tongue don't fall out your head.
Or Marcus Thompson for Prime Minister, with his crack-dealing goons from Medellin.
So, stand yourself. Vote Reverend Jimmy Drake, the revisionist vice to the British Empire, what the sun never set on. James Drake. Wrap yourself in the Union Jack, old man. You've got 6 days left to enjoy. We talking real legal process here. Courtesy of Her Britannic Majesty's Westminster Parliament. And whoever win this election, be it Brother Marcus or Comrade me, is constitutional and forever in the international law. We know all about your petition for the referendum, but it fall on the stony ground, ain't it? Now go for it, Pastor. You got 6 days left of the British fair play.
I've written to the policeman from Scotland Yard, telling him the truth about these elections, telling him to watch closely your Cuban money, You thugs from Havana. If there's any justice in this world, I call upon the good Lord to smite ye down. Amen. And may God help us all. Drake is maybe a problem, comrade.
The British government has guaranteed the free election. We got 2 major candidates for the Prime Minister. We've been promised to hand over to independence within a year. I win the election, all's well and good.
Maybe Marcus Thompson wins.
Then, brother, we has the bloody revolution.
Yes, sir, this is. Hang on. Talk to me, Superintendent. Mm-hmm. Dearie me. Oh, yes, they'd have killed you. It felt like it. You must have made a good impression. Listen, were there any other witnesses apart from the good lieutenant? Excellent. Desmond, I don't think we need to bother the local constabulary with this, if you catch my drift. Right. Best not to mention the Cuban gentleman, apparently. Damn politics. And they might have killed you. Do you think there could be any connection between Carlos getting fished out of a Miami dock and the assassination of Sir Marston Maberly?
Maybe, I don't know. Look, the only tip I got is some guy from the British Foreign Service. He walks in a homicide. Some kind of spook, if you ask me. He says, he had this certain kind of authority. Exactly. So he says, maybe Carlos was killed in Miami, but the trail starts here.
Is this the little boat you usually rent?
This is the Lady Jane. Hey, she looks like a tramp, but she handles like a princess. Come on, just my type.
You and Carlos, you used to go fishing.
Yeah. I think you'd have liked Carlos. He's tough as a little pit bull. He's shrewd as a... He's real shrewd. Real shrewd.
Hey. You're not from Miami, are you?
Nah. I was a bail cop. St. Louis Metro Court. You know, some of these lowlifes, they don't turn out for their 5 to 20 vacation. Can't understand it.
So you go after them?
Yeah, I'd go after them. So here I am, a Miami homicide cop. What's your story?
I ran away from home. My folks were in a circus.
You kidding? You're a circus brat, huh?
Yeah?
So where'd you run away to?
Malaga, Spain. Jeez, this stuff is strong. Hey? My old man was a trapeze artist. He taught me the tightrope, how to rig a big top, and some bookkeeping. Wanted me to be an accountant.
So, there you were in Spain, and...
Yeah. Then my mum got mugged. I read about it in a 3-week-old English newspaper. She died without seeing me.
So you went back home to be a cop? Yeah, I can see that.
If this doesn't pan out that these 2 murders are tied in together, what are we gonna do?
Listen, if I hear anything, you got it.
Likewise.
Somebody's wrecked my police station. Any ideas?
Boss?
Well, he's been with me since, what? Real early.
Mrs. Coltrane here?
Who wants her?
Desmond Hannah.
She's up there.
Okay, man?
Yeah, okay, man.
Why, Superintendent, this is a pleasant surprise.
The Hawk.
Luteo jamaicanensis. Very rare. He seems to have adopted us.
No photographs today, huh?
Oh, no, I got enough last week.
You telephoned Sir Marston the day he was killed.
Oh, yes, I wanted to invite him to dinner.
What time did you call?
Oh, I suppose about 4 o'clock.
Where from?
From here. There's an extension line in there.
Lady Mabley must be very distressed.
You mean did they get on together?
Am I that obvious?
They got on okay.
And, I understand there's a son.
Yeah. Marston was very worried about Jamie.
What about?
Yeah, you have kids.
Mrs. Coltrane, what are you not telling me?
Jamie mixes with a very fast crowd. He couldn't get through Atlanta University. No hurry when you're 21.
Hurry to do what?
Leave your mark.
And Sir Marston, what did he want?
Marston was a complete bastard.
I see.
That shocked you.
Oh, take a lot more. It's really beautiful. Do you sell the paintings?
Well, it's 1 o'clock. Would you like some lunch? There's ham, fresh pineapple, and homemade lemonade. Is that okay for you?
It sounds absolutely delicious.
I make my own bread, grow my own pineapples.
Do your own pigs?
Of course. The bingo is very self-sufficient in most things. Or would you rather have a beer?
Oh, no, this is fine. May I?
Mm-hmm.
So, Sir Marston was a complete bastard, eh?
Arrogant, cold, aloof. The people of Sunshine deserve better.
Tell me about it.
Oh, I came here as a bride.
What did your husband do?
Don't you know? Andrew Coltrane was governor of these islands. Just after the war. In the days when Berkeley Islanders could expect a fair deal from Whitehall.
Mrs. Coltrane, what's going on here? What's happening to Sunshine?
Mr. Hannah, do you really want to hear about a forgotten Caribbean colony with the lowest crime rate this side of paradise? Simple people, happy, every race living in harmony. And what happens when the great British civil service machine decides to cut it loose against the wishes of its people? And cocaine barons and political extremists straining at the leash to fill the vacuum?
Yes, Mrs. Coltrane. I really do.
Fellow citizens of this green and pleasant island, a little piece of Mother England in the blue Caribbean. You will be ruled by communists.
The murder of Governor Sir Marston Mabley has shocked the local community of this unspoiled paradise. But it was his dying wish that the free elections planned for the 23rd should go ahead. Behind me is the campaign machine of Marcus Thompson. Born in Sunshine, Thompson made a fortune in Colombia and America before returning here to his homeland 6 years ago. He is now one of 2 main prime ministerial candidates, and I hope to be talking to him later. This is Sabrina Tennant, News at 10, Sunshine Island. Righty, it's all happening. Have we got that?
Your friend and mentor, Marcus Thompson, the people's candidate.
I'll give you an equivalent.
Wake up and smell the coffee, will you? Now read it back to me the way I read it to you. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Max, Rum and Club soda, please. What's the matter?
Nothing, Jamie. Nothing.
You're another one, aren't you? Another one who thinks I let the side down.
Jamie, we have so much real mischief going down here. We have just a few days left before, you mix with the people. You should have put your poor late father wise, man.
He never listened to me.
Did you go on that?
They're flying the coffin out tonight. He didn't want to be buried here.
Lieutenant!
Jamie's a junkie, isn't he?
How long have you been on Sunshine, Mr. Kennett?
Just over a week.
And what is your sense of priorities?
That's very clever. You know, I can never convey light without either using yellow or just leaving the basic white paper.
It isn't easy. Don't be too concerned with sleuthing. He's a very good man down here from Scotland Yard.
Right. You mean the priority of the press corps should not be who murdered Sir Marston Mabley?
I mean, Marston's death should not be in vain.
Well, the whole world is running the story. What else can we do but report the murder hunt?
How do you find the atmosphere in Port Pleasant, in Shantytown?
I don't know. It's... People seem somehow scared, don't they? Somehow afraid to be free?
Miss Tennant, under British rule, even if we were forgotten by a government 4,000 miles away, no one would dare to grab power. No drug syndicates or Cuban agents would beat up innocent people who have the nerve to resist.
Ah, to resist.
I met Coltrane in occupied France. My mother was in the resistance. My father from New Orleans. He was a pilot. He died in Finland, flying against the Russians. All very long ago.
You're very talented. I don't think I'll ever paint again. Well, now that the spotlight is on Sunshine, let's try to force the British to stop these appalling elections, shall we?
This governor killing is getting all kinds of embarrassing attention, with the press there and all. Havana wants results, and the Russian friends, they want results too.
So monitor radio phone signals from Sunshine. Hannah won't use codes. He's untrained. Besides, our people on the island, they're keeping tabs on him. He's a good cop. He'll do our job for us.
Okay. Next. Candidate Livingston.
Listen, we bribed 11 or 30 vote counters. That was enough in San Salvador. They'll do the business in Sunshine, okay?
Havana says we don't take any chances. If the British finds out that this election is rigged, they'll cancel the whole thing. They will go for a referendum, and that, my friends, we can't beat. Not even with 11 May tellers. Anything else?
Yes. Word has it that Thompson's enforcer, como se llama, Batista Hernandez. He passed on an undercover narcotics man to Mickey the Shark here in Miami.
Yeah. They fished the guy out of the ocean terminal 3 nights ago.
That's tough. Mickey the Shark. We know him, don't we?
Real name, Avelino. Runs a club called the Casablanca. Owned by the mob.
Right. Now we're in business.
This is Sunshine Radio. Good morning, all you Barclay Islanders. Temperature 82 degrees and a fine day. Scotland Yard man Desmond Hunter is in town looking for Governor Mabley's assassin. So help demand your people. Make Sunshine safe for our first elected parliament. Now hear this sweet music.
Don't tell me we were speeding. No, sir. But the boss wants to see you. Would you come with me, please?
You were seen leaving here at 7 o'clock this morning, along with your car from Miami.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bill.
Did you break in?
No, I have a key.
You have a what?
You know, for opening things.
Where the hell did you get it?
FCO, Sam McCready, gave me a complete set. Just in case you turned out to be the assassin, I suppose.
So what happened here?
There was a break-in. I surprised them.
How many?
2. And there was a fight. And, they ran off.
And why didn't you tell anyone?
I took advice.
Desmond, don't they trust me?
My job's murder. Simple copper. That's what I do.
Do you think I'm involved? I mean, that is the inference.
I think you could be hiding something.
Listen, Desmond. In a few more days, we will have our own government. And whichever sewer rat takes power, these islands are finished. And I guess anyone who cares is probably hiding something.
Hey, man, this is getting stupid.
Let's get out of here. Them trains slow that way. Come on, quick.
Delegation mentioned corruption. I refrained from commenting that corruption and Caribbean politics were not strangers.
Mrs. Coltrane is on the line. She wants to invite you both over for dinner.
Thank you, Jefferson, but I'll phone back. Quite smoothly for elections on the 23rd.
Sir Marston, don't be done dead. Murder!
What do you think, Gov? The butler did it?
If he did, he deserves an Oscar. Ernie, do you think you could interview him for me? I don't think he'd be that relaxed around,
What, line of cops? Sure.
and I have to see a man about a letter.
Right, so you heard the shot. Yeah, what then?
I went through to the governor's office.
Oh, yes, look at it.
Can you describe the route?
From my room, along the passage, and across the hall.
All right, what was it, 10 or, what did it take, 20 seconds?
To tell you the truth, I was scared. I was a soldier once. I know the sound of a big pistol.
That's big, huh?
45 or 44. Can't mistake.
Oh, what, 20 seconds?
About that.
And you saw nobody, huh?
Just Sir Marston, laying there, crumpled, blood all over.
What else?
Are you a reporter?
I'm just a guy with a couple of days away from the office.
The steel band was still playing. And him, he was still booming out across the square from the back of a truck. Vote for me. I'll always remember.
And who did you see?
Truly, I saw nothing.
Easy ballin'.
Reverend Drake?
That's me.
Desmond Hannah, I got your letter.
Well, I hope you can help. Things are pretty bad here.
Well, sir, I'm a policeman, not a politician. I have to ask you a few questions about your movements on that day.
Thank you, Maria. You can come back later. I had just left Government House. Our penultimate try for a referendum. 10 witnesses.
Penultimate?
Ultimate means second to last.
Oh, really? And then?
Men like Thompson and Horatio Livingstone. Drugs and the Cubans with their East German secret policemen. How can the British government allow it?
Is that why you did it? Grab a last chance while the international press are here on a freebie?
I did not kill him. But if the press attention can awaken the world to our plight, sir, then God help me. But I don't know if I disapprove.
I suppose you realise, I must take note of that.
What is it, policeman? policeman look for?
Method, motive, opportunity.
Well, would you say jealousy is a motive?
For murder, yeah, it can be.
Then ask the one who saw the governor in Miami.
Who, Reverend?
There's a bar in Miami, the Casablanca, run by the mob. There's a girl works there,
What's her name?
Letitia Fremantle.
Are these autograph murders?
Forged autographs.
The killer has to be a small guy. Why? You got Stallone, Bogart, that, Dudley, what's it? They're all little guys. Maybe they were the killer's heroes.
Well, he got pissed off when he found out they were forgeries. I suppose it's worth looking into. Do you know a bar in Miami called the Casablanca?
Yeah. Best looking strippers in Florida. It's a mafia hangout. Run by this, cheap punk called Ricky the Shark Avellino.
You take me there.
Yeah. This is Flamingo Bay. Over there is the finest lady on these islands. This is Beatrix Coltrane. Her handle is, Lady Coltrane. Husband was a sir. She's a good American girl who favors just plain missus.
It's funny.
Mom, the Reverend Drake is at the front hall.
Send him away. Tell him we mustn't be seen together until this is all over.
Very good, Mom.
Around the next headland, that's Tay Creek, named after Blackbeard the pirate. Marcus Thompson territory. The man so likes his privacy, he has speedboats patrolling just along shore. See? Look, you want to turn about or tough it out?
Well, I think it's about time I met the prime ministerial candidate.
Ahoy, Lady Jane! Start your engine and keep to!
Gentlemen, how kind of you to call. Of course, word does get around.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Detective Superintendent Desmond Hanna. This is Mr. Favaro.
How you doing? Lieutenant. Over here looking for a lead in the latest DEA killing, I understand. No, I have the lead. I figure pretty soon I'll have the evidence. Well, I wish you luck. These narcotics boys take such risk. When I'm Prime Minister here, I intend to set up a drug liaison unit so we can all pool each other's information. Would you care for a drink?
Where were you at the time of Sir Marston Mabley's death, sir?
Away from sunshine, on business. Jamaica, it's no secret.
And the seaplane outside. Who's the pilot?
Actually, Mr. Hanna, I always fly myself.
Yes, sir. That's what I'd heard. So you took off from Kingston, Jamaica at 11:43 on the morning of the 14th. How fast does November 61276 fly, sir?
She cruises at 120 knots.
Pretty nifty. And what time did you land here?
Round about midnight.
So you stopped off somewhere en route?
Wherever I stopped, it's of no importance to your murder inquiry.
Well, just for the report, sir. But then I suppose I could always say that Mr. Thompson declined to reveal where he stopped en route between Kingston, Jamaica and his home in Sunshine Island. Just how do you get processed for customs under these circumstances, sir?
Superintendent, I'm as determined as you to find the killer of the last British governor of the Barclays. As its future prime minister, it's a matter of honor.
I gotta meet some people. They've got the answer to all my problems in a rare edition of Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost. John Milton, remember?
I reserve the right to keep my private affairs to myself. I have no wish to have you taken off this case.
Well, just how would you go about doing that, sir?
I would have a word with your superior.
Who is?
Senior Superintendent Jones of Port Pleasance.
Thank you for your time, sir. Lieutenant Favaro and I'll be leaving now.
Baptiste, show the police officers back to their boat.
Got your priorities straight.
God, you gave me a fright. How on earth could I have missed you?
Oh, it happens all the time. People don't notice you. They get so used to seeing you around here.
Now, I have taken your advice, Mrs. Coltrane. I've sent a load of stuff back on the 2 prime ministerial candidates. It'll be on network tonight. And ITN are running a special on, quote, the British people abandoned to the mercy of Colombian gangsters.
If you play your cards right, I might even let you call me Beatrix.
Terrific. One for the road. Gotcha.
Is that what I think it is?
Join the party.
You okay?
So far, so good.
There they are over there.
Wait. Stop. Come on.
I think I winged the bastard.
Let's go get him, huh? Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. You're the acrobat.
What is it you fellas say?
Geronimo.
Good grief. Blood? Let's go get him.
All right, come out with your hands up. I'm gonna count to 6, then I open fire. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rock of ages left for me. Let me hide myself in the deep.
It's the Reverend Drake.
Let the water and the blood from thy side a healing flood.
Reverend, what on earth are you playing at?
Be of sin the double cure. Cleanse me from its guilt and power.
You always carry a field dressing. On the streets of Miami, it's always advisable.
Jesus.
Don't you take the name of the Lord in vain in my presence, white boy.
Reverend, don't you think the Lord would have something to say about you shooting at me?
I was aiming off. The best damn shot in these islands I am. Best damn shot with rifle or handgun. But I ain't never killed, except for the pot. And I sure don't intend to start now.
So why were you shooting at me? Well, you're the only one, huh?
My friends, I was not shooting at you. I was shooting near you.
Oh, near us. Oh, give me the autograph murders any day. Reverend, you're under arrest.
He's over there, fellas.
This used to be a peaceful island till you arrived.
Yeah, apart from the old governor getting bumped off.
Peace be with you, my brother.
I need a guard on the Reverend Bill round the clock.
Oh, don't worry, he won't escape.
Escape? We need to protect his life.
Back up. But he is a murderer.
But the Reverend? Not a chance. He's finally got the attention of the media and he could blow the lid off these elections.
Get the ambulance moving.
You shot him.
I did.
I'm afraid I'll have to take you into custody, pending inquiries. Hand over your gun.
Come on, you gotta be kidding. Look, what you need is a search warrant for Marcus Thompson's place.
I am still the law on this island in spite of the President of Scotland Yard. And I don't take no bull from no Yankee cops way off their jurisdiction.
Bill, do you think perhaps we could go down to the station and talk about this, eh?
I am a police officer. Lay down your weapon, step back, and do it right now.
You go to hell. Good evening, gentlemen. It's been a long evening. Everybody's getting just a teensy bit ratty. Let's open the nick and have a nice cup of cocoa. Mr. Jones, I'm Macready. The FCO have asked me to stand in and hold the fort until the new governor arrives. And here are my letters of credence. Shall we go, gentlemen?
What an excellent evening. Get me to a phone, Frank. One that works, please.
Oh, thank you, Desmond. So, you want a search warrant to raid the alleged cocaine baron's house, the prime ministerial candidate's abode.
Lieutenant Favaro saw something there that he figures might prove crucial evidence in his own murder inquiry.
Would you, like to share that information with us, Lieutenant? Now that we're all friends.
I would prefer not to. Look, if we can get our hands on this, it could blow Marcus Thompson's operation apart. That's what Carlos Garcia died for.
Well, I have authority in this brief moment of glory. Bill, would Thompson accept a search warrant, or would he refuse?
The man is a law-abiding citizen. He's been a considerable benefactor to Sunshine and the Barclays. Some people come to my island for a couple of days, and they think they know my patch better than I do myself.
Does that mean that he will or won't resist?
All right. I'll take a couple of men up and search the place. And you can come too. But without that firearm, and on that, I insist.
All right. What do you think, Desmond?
Well, if his drug interests, which are after all his power base, are threatened, he does keep a small army up there, you know.
Well, an opposing view. The reason I ask, you see, is because the destroyer, HMS Battleaxe, is steaming towards Sunshine even as we speak.
How soon?
ETA noon tomorrow. It's a courtesy visit.
Now, that'll be too late.
Look, Fort Bragg can drop a search party in a couple of hours.
No, Lieutenant. I actually don't want United States troops on British soil. It took ages to tidy up after them on Grenada.
At home, if we want to raid a particularly heavy character, we like to go in gently on a parking ticket or such like, and then, wallop.
Gently. That gets my vote. Well, I have to radio this destroyer. They have a small but really quite efficient complement of Marines and a couple of helicopters. Meanwhile, nobody leaves this office and nobody uses the phone. Except me. Except you, Superintendent.
I have a hunch. Sir Master Mabley was killed to put these islands on the map. To get people like you and me and the media swarming all over the place.
Reason?
Well, come on. These elections have been a disaster. Choice between Cuban Marxists and cocaine runners. I think I might have been tempted to shoot a governor or two to wreck that. Bloody politicians, you can keep the lot.
And?
Well, murder's murder. I'm a detective. And the law is the law.
Amen.
So you know who did it?
Oh, yeah.
want that.
What kind is that?
That's a pink car.
You don't give much away, do you?
Am I going to be seeing a lot of you from now on, Superintendent?
Well, I was never a great one for prison visits.
That's some sort of policeman's joke.
You're called to Sir Marston.
Yeah, what about it?
This is the space age, Mrs. Coltrane. All communications to and from the governor's office are being monitored because of the elections.
Sensible precaution.
You told me your call was made from the lighthouse.
So?
That call was made from a portable cell phone. Just like this one in your bag. Just like the one I noticed through the binoculars as we sailed past your home. I think that call was made from inside Government House. This is a very relaxed little island. Nobody notices who comes or goes, especially a former governor's lady.
I suppose you have the evidence that will stand up in a court of law?
Well, when it comes my way, and I'm sure it will. I'm a very old-fashioned policeman. I'll come and escort you back for trial at the Old Bailey.
You're a good man, Mr. Hanna. I almost feel like wishing you luck.
Likewise, Lady Coltrane.
That means they'll have to cancel their goddamn elections. And don't call me lady.
What? No handcuffs? Well, she confessed. With a nod. With a lopsided sort of a smile. But not a word. Not a thing I could present to a judge. Or a jury. Right. Helicopter's 11 minutes, sir. Right. Let's get on to some real villains.
Marcus, it's the police chief. He says, would you like to meet the Foreign Office diplomat sent to stand in for the governor?
Tell him that'll be fine. Ask him where and when.
Now, he's at the gate.
Well, show them in. I guess I'm gonna have to get used to this kind of thing. If we win the election.
Nice guns these guys have.
They have permits.
Bill!
How nice to see you.
Marcus, this is Sam McCready of the Foreign and Commonwealth Office. Sam has the diplomatic rank of counselor, and he's holding the fort, so to speak.
Till Sir Marston Mobley's replacement gets here. He'll be arriving on a destroyer. It is a little flash, but such are the times. Mabley, Abington. Sir Marston Mabley.
Yes. Looking forward to the elections, Mr. Thomas.
Thompson.
Oh, dear me, I seem to be getting everybody's name wrong.
What is that man doing?
Oh, he's a bibliophile, obviously.
Lieutenant, it's a very rare and expensive book. Please put it down.
This is a sale!
I think it's what's called a Mexican standoff. You fire one tiny shot and your boss becomes a statistic.
Batis. Bahala, pistola. ¡Bahala, pistola!
Acuéstase. Boca abajo. Y ponga las manos sobre la nuca. Rápido.
What sort of piracy is this?
We have a warrant to search your house, Marcus. Signed by the acting governor, Mr. McCready.
Of course, if it turns out that we've made a ghastly mistake, you will receive a handsome apology.
Oh, believe me, you have made a mistake.
Why, this is it. It's dynamite. What do we got? It's names, dates, places, numbers. Boy, no wonder you had Agent Garcia wasted. This shuts up the shop. I'll be applying for extradition. Granted.
No matter what happens, you're all dead men. I pray for your souls. Whenever you try to have me moved, my men will kill you! That is their orders!
Well, actually, we're just gonna wait here for HMS Battle Axe. She won't be very long. Oh, your windows are bulletproof, I understand. 91, HR minus 90 seconds of counting.
Reverend James Drake is recovering in Port Pleasance's small hospital under armed police guard. His allegations of Cuban interference in the election process here are being taken seriously by the acting governor and the new temporary administration. Hundreds of islanders are reported to be moving on Spyglass Hill, the home of Marcus Thompson.
You can still leave here with a safe escort and $4 million cash. I die needlessly.
35.
Events are really moving fast here. There seems to be a popular uprising. I'm not 100% sure of details, but one thing is certain. Marcus Thompson does not appear to be people of Prime Minister.
15. 10. Stand by, smoke. 4, 3, 2. Fire, smoke. Fire. Go. Go, go, go. Watch your front. Go, go, go.
Well, Jonesy. So you got 200 grand in a bank account in Miami, huh?
Sally home, Jack! Here we go! Can you guys see any closer? Whoa! Five eighths! I've got another engagement! See you later!
Typical bloody diplomat. We do all the work.
I've been thinking.
What's that?
These autograph murders.
Uh-huh.
It's a small person who idolizes short actors who frequents places where kids go.
They arrested somebody last night.
Who?
45-year-old woman, above average height, never goes to the movies.
Motive?
Give me a break, Ernie. Who'd you think I am, Sherlock Holmes?
Lieutenant! To what do I owe the pleasure, etc.?
I wish you hadn't taken the job on Carlos. He was a very close personal friend.
Otra vez.
I also hate the seafood in this place. It's gonna be a joy shutting it down.
Well, let me explain something to you. For a conviction, you need a trial. And for a trial, you need witnesses. But I look around, and what do I see?
You know, you're right, Ernest. He's not very nice, is he?
Hey!
I don't know what got into me.
Boy, oh boy. Police assault. I'll be able to redecorate.
Police? He ain't on my police force. He's just some crazy Englishman on vacation.
Loggle out.
Hey, Mickey. Marcus Thompson's boys are singing like it was Christmas. So, you're under arrest. Can you believe it? Now read him his rights and get him out of here.
The right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. The right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, you may waive your right. Come on.
I can't buy a drink here. Chief's very strict about that.
2 beers.
You should. Well, that's Letitia. Letitia Fremantle. Word is she's available as long as you've got a government or 2 behind you.
With scenes of rioting in Sunshine's capital, Port Pleasant, the British government has suspended the election.